Mom, today sucked, I'm not feeling great. People all laughed and they call me names. Why's it so tough and the world so lame? Can I have some cash and a ride down to the arcade? This morning blue, I stayed up till 2. People stare at me like I'm trapped in a zoo. Why's it so tough and the world so lame? Can I have some cash and a ride down to the arcade? Some cash and a ride down to the arcade. Can I have some cash and a ride down to the arcade? Can I have some cash and a ride down to the arcade? I'm down on my luck, am I good enough? I'm searching for trust, do I look too much? Why's it so tough and the world so lame? Can I have some cash and a ride down to the arcade? This evening blue had nothing to do but lay around with my thoughts of you. Why's it so tough and the world so lame? Can I have some cash and a ride down to the arcade? Some cash and a ride down to the arcade. Can I have some cash and a ride down to the arcade? Can I have some cash and a ride down to the arcade? Can I have some cash and a ride down to the arcade? Can I have some cash and a ride down to the arcade?
Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Hope everyone's doing well. I forgot to put on the script. Where is it at? There it is. Yeah, it's going now. Cool. Cool. Alright, well, I think all the things are posted, so welcome in. Hope everyone's doing well. Sorry to cough real quick. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you have a fantastic day. You know, it's kind of odd starting stream when it's basically like full sunlight outside. It's getting a little darker now, but I think it's more like rain clouds than it is anything else. So, anyways, welcome in. Back in the world today. I think last time we were looking at some auto stuff. Auto crafters, if I remember correctly. We're not going to be doing that today. At least that's not my plan, but we might switch later on. We did build the fountain in the last stream, which looks pretty good. I centered it right here. I don't know if it's necessarily centered like in the place here, but it's at a pretty good location. Do that. So, goal for today is, of course, chill mining. Why wouldn't it be? By the way, I think there's ads about the start. We do these towards the beginning of the stream and then every 30 minutes, FYI. So you're not surprised when you see them. Some of you might not get any though, I don't know. But we're gonna head back into the Nether. We'll see what I do today in the Nether. I might continue where I left off last time in the Nether. I might do another square of clearing. We will see. Either one of those two is a valid option. So we will see. But yeah, hopefully everyone's doing well. I think I've had an okay week. You know, not every week's gonna be great. Not every day is gonna be great. I think I just happen to notice days that aren't as good more than I used to. So, anyways, let's run through here. Run through this tunnel. Apparently, I really have to clear my throat for some reason. The pollen was pretty bad this past weekend for me. I've never historically been someone who has like a lot of allergies and needs to take allergy meds or anything like that. I don't know if it's just where we live now or if it's because I'm getting a little older or what it is, but it was pretty bad. I was also, unfortunately, blowing some of the pollen into my face. So, you know, that would also do it. But in general, I've been a little more allergic. I would never have previously said that I was allergic, but things change, so. There we go. So I think I'm going to pick up here. This looks about right. Pick up here. This is where. Welcome back, by the way, from the ad. I thought I heard a creeper or something. That was weird. I think it was just another noise, but that was very weird. So yeah, in general, I think I have been doing okay this week. I'm trying to learn how to take things a little easier. I think the last couple years my stress levels have gotten a lot higher, especially in the last year, but in general I think they've just gotten a lot higher, so I'm just trying to learn to dial it back a little bit. Not everything is, you know, an emergency, so. There is a degree of, you know, listen to your body, what is your mind telling you, but at the same time, you know, doesn't mean that it's right. Just do that, I think. I don't normally do this like this, but I don't know, it just felt like the right thing to do. I don't know. Going off of vibes, I guess. Why not? So we're going through the Nether. Like I said earlier, we'll see what the day brings. Might transition to other parts of the nether. We might transition out of here. I have goals, you know, I have things that I want to get done, but at the same time, I should take the advice that I give everyone else. Anyone who asks anyways, which is have a few projects going on and get bored with one, move on to the next. So if I hit a spot with this where I'm just like, yeah, I'm not really feeling it anymore, then I'll move on to something else for a little bit. There we go. I'm going to fill you in because I don't want to fall in. To make sure I don't fall in lava. I can't remember if it was last time or not, but I did move my... my goodness, throat. I did move my shulker boxes over here. We're gonna start working. Well, that's kind of what I've been doing, is working in this area over here. So we've been starting to work over here, and so I wanted to move the shulkers out of the way so they weren't gonna be an issue. All right, we need to put the blackstone here, and somewhere over here. Must be in this column. That's where the basalt goes. Shows an easy way to like mark a location. The next chest that I guess I could mark it with like like an item frame or something. Should be pretty easy, but wish it was like an actual indicator and I didn't have to, you know, make up one. That is some of the fun of the game as well, as just being creative about things. So creative solutions. Creative game calls for creative solutions, who would have thought? A very narrow path right now. Thankfully, we don't have much more to go with this. 'Cause I do not like standing on this ledge. I'll tell you that right now. Not a fan. Right along here. Go. And we're gone there. Cool. Our lights are on. Drop. Back up. Finish off this little area. Should be pretty much one deep. Except for a little 2 deep area here. Easy enough. Forgot that we're right over the beacon, so I gotta grab this as well. Cool. Gonna get some of it drop the lava, which is fine. Some of it dropped down there, which is also probably fine. I don't see any down there, but I imagine some probably did. Just based on where we're at. Let me see. I want to play slightly different. I think I'm gonna go back to, I added some music for Sunday's stream. I think I'm gonna go back to that. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? It's just new. We'll do the new stuff for a little bit. It's not like the greatest music in the world, but it is better background music. I think everyone can hear. Turn up a little bit. Just a smidge, just a little bit. I don't typically have a particular preference. I mean, it's why I've kept the same playlist for a number of years now. Forgot I need to go over here. That's why I've kept the same playlist for a number of years now. When you're really focused on something, you don't really listen to the music that's in the background when you're really focused on something. So when I get pretty focused in this world on stream, the background music just kind of fades out. So I tend to just not notice it at that point. I think we're down here. We went through all this. Ooh. So here's next. We want to go up to here. Now, the question is, how much of this section do we mine out? That I do not know. Width-wise, we might go up to maybe here. Maybe that'll work. Let's see. I think that'll work. I want to go out to there. So basically all the way out here. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to stop right here. That seems like a decent enough area. Yeah. Decent enough area. Yeah. As per usual, though, I think it's actually a little loud now. As per usual, music I play is from Monstercat. I still pay for a gold subscription. Gold is there, for those who don't know. Gold is their like subscription service if you want to not have claims. Not that Monstercat will necessarily, like, they're not gonna like DMCA claim you or whatever. But if you want to be able to monetize, for instance, if you wanted to post a stream on YouTube, be able to run ads on the replay or whatever, you'd want to pay for a gold subscription. So I've technically never had to for stream because they're not going to mute the VODs, but or at least historically they never have. But I don't know. I've listened to them for a number of years. I don't listen to much new Monstercat, not for any particular reason. Just, you know, ebbs and flows of the kind of music you listen to. I don't listen to Monstercat as much anymore on my own. But there was a period of time, especially early on, when I started making content, that I was a much bigger Monstercat fan, so I listened to the music quite a bit. And so I've, you know, used their music to some degree for content for all the years that I've done this. And so in large part to me, I kind of feel a certain level of, you know, if I have the ability to pay for a subscription, I feel like it's the right thing to do. So that's most of the reason I have it. My VODs channel on YouTube isn't monetized, so like the monetary portion of it doesn't matter. It's nice to not have claims. Well, generally don't have claims. I just removed a couple of songs that were starting to pop up as claims. Well, I think they've actually been popping up as claims for a while, but as with most of this music that I play, even if it does have a claim, it's never like a strike. So I don't think I've ever had, knock on wood, right? But historically, I've never had a copyright strike on any channel that I can think of. Definitely not on Twitch. I think I've had parts of videos muted, but I've never had them like with actual copyright strike. So I'm talking YouTube videos now, so. My channel has always been in good standing. The main channel, thankfully. Can't hear me? Really? I should be unmuted. Don't know if anyone else out there can hear me. Okay, good. Just want to make sure there wasn't something going wrong with the stream. For those who can't hear me. There we go. I think we want to put this stuff over here. Let's see. The blackstone in there. Put the rest of the blackstone in there. Thank you for the follow, Shadow. Appreciate that. This is an old song. I think this. Oh, I think I said this last time. This was. I forget what it was called. It's the second version of something. No, it sounds like it's a Cloud None song, so it sounds like something else, but it's not. At least as far as I can tell. Here is next. There we go. There we go. We got a little bit of this left to go. Glad we moved all of our shulker boxes last stream, so I didn't have to deal with it this time. There we go. Do layer by layer. We might have to do this. There we go. I have to do this layer now. Yeah, that'll be a smart move. I think. Maybe. I'll just do that. There we go. Need to go to this layer. It's all gone. one? This one? Probably should have double checked that I had my Elytra on before I did that, but eh. YOLO. Literally YOLO in this world. No, I had mentally checked. Just not physically like open up my inventory and ensure that I have my Elytra on. I think this is the... Yeah, this background song is the number 2. It's We Love, I think, by Ramses B, I think. Part 2. I think it was Alan Walker who's done multiple parts of things. I'm trying to think of like where I've heard that before. Someone's done multiple parts of a song. Alan Walker, for those who don't know, is a big like EDM artist. He actually got his start, well, where I remember him from was before he was famous. He's got a couple of songs on a label called No Copyright Sounds, which was a, I don't know if it still is, but it definitely was a big like copyright-free music label back in like 2014. I use a lot of NCS songs for... Actually, I think I have a couple still on this playlist. But I used to use quite a few no copyright sounds, NCS, as they're abbreviated, songs for videos. Especially back when I did a lot of like Hunger Games, survival games, is what I called them anyways. Content. Way back now. Long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Wasn't that long ago, but... Yeah, I guess we're getting rid of the staircase here, huh? That's fine. We'll find our way back up somehow. What I probably should do... and do this. I'm gonna take these stairs. I'm gonna build another staircase. Always craft the stairs that I need anyways, but let's build one while we're here. Let's do this, I think. Alright, yeah. Okay, let's not fly into the side of something, please. So I think... yeah, the stairs are coming down here. So I'll do that, I think. Though actually I do want to, I think, put the blackstone here as kind of a back to it. Just to be safe. In case something happens to the stairs. I can see a gas shooting at them. I don't actually know if gas break blackstone or not. They probably do. Maybe they don't. I don't know. Either way, just in case we need to rebuild it. I haven't seen a gas in this world in a while, I'll tell you that. Go. There we go. All right. Another stair here. The hope is that we can just... There we go. Ad break's about to start in 5 minutes, by the way. Go there. Yeah, this goes there. We can just do this all the way down. Might take us actually all the way down to the level we want to be at. Let's see. Potentially. Potentially. Well, it technically does. This isn't permanent, but it's just... it needs to stick around long enough, right, so I can still get up and down. I don't really like having to... I don't really like having to fly it. Because I've had to do that before. It's the original way that we got into this area. Beautiful. Could also just add a slab right here, put a torch right there, and call it even. Do I want to do that? Probably don't actually want to do that. Because that does open it up for spawnable space. Okay, this is still on the playlist, just making sure. Because I'm playing through the newer songs on the playlist. I don't have it on shuffle mode, so there's a decent chance we'll start going into not Monstercat Gold and or not copyright free territory if I don't keep an eye on it. So anything Conroe is generally good though. I was looking through the Monstercat's catalog of creator safe, I think is what they call it, music, and I was surprised that not everything from Conroe is considered creator safe, but the stuff that just has his name associated with it is, but things that other artists didn't seem like it was. At least some of it. Not everything, but at least some of it. Alright, let's go repair our pickaxe in the middle here. Getting all those with the skellies spawning. So, how many skulls do we have at this point? Same amount. I think about the same amount as we had before. Maybe a couple more. Grab the swords if I can. So we'll throw these out into the lava. I don't have a lava trap at the end of this. Mostly because I don't want to like accidentally throw my pickaxe in and have it destroyed. It's most of the reason why I don't do that. Do. And we wait. Ad's about to start, or ad break should be starting soon, so it's actually a good opportunity. If you need to stretch your legs a little bit or get another drink, glass of water, something. Whatever it might be. Now is probably a good opportunity to do that. Or just about to be now. I have a beverage off to the side as well. So I'm already prepared. It's part of the preparation process for these streams. I don't know if I've ever really talked about what the preparation process is for these streams. A little bit of behind the scenes magic. It's not that much, to be honest, but there are a couple things I have to do. Start my script for the day count, which is a custom script, a Python script that I made myself. Not public for a number of reasons. Get like Spotify open, change the stream title, change the notification message for it, get OBS up. It's part of that process. Get my chat bot up, load Minecraft. I think that's it, actually. Like 5 or 6 things, and then of course get some kind of beverage, water or something. Actually, I don't know if I have. Yeah, I do have that beside me. I typically, if I have some kind of beverage that isn't water, I'll also have water with me. So, hey Ronnie, how's it going? Welcome in. Easy peasy. I think maybe another minute of this. We should be back where we should be. Completely repaired pickaxe. Not everybody likes mending. I don't know. Because my focus in this game is survival and it's building, I find mending, like I don't want to spend a ton of time like trying to get tools, so if mending's available, I'm going to use it. There are other things I don't use in this game, but mending is not one of them. I just know mending has historically been one of those controversial things, so. Just waiting for Wither Skeletons to do their thing now. Ad break is over. Welcome back if you're coming from an ad break. Hope you had a good ad break. Go. I don't know why, but I always feel that I get more drops when I go further down, so I'm gonna clear out these stone swords. There we go. I mentioned before how I should probably shorten this storage system. Because most of it is from when this Wither Skeleton farm used to be an everything farm, essentially. But now it's just a Wither Skeleton farm because I want skulls. Give me the sword. Yeah, we're good to go on the pickaxe though. Alright, let's see where we're at. So we finished this section. We've got a little bit of section here that I would like to remove, but it's not the most important. I think we have sand somewhere. Maybe. Yeah, right there. Whoopsies. Did not mean to do that. So we did in a previous stream, I can't remember if it was a Wednesday stream or a Sunday stream. We cleared out this hole. Right here. Easy peasy all the way down the bedrock, even flossed it, it was great. Maybe we do something similar to that. I don't really know if I want to dig, like start from scratch here. I do wonder, do I have chunk borders on? I do, I think. Kind of. So this right here is a chunk border. Where's the next chunk border? You're very much in the chunk. So, right here's the chunk border. This is all 43, 42, 43, 42. Right here. But we're going all the way over to here. I don't know. I'm just thinking, I didn't want to dig, but maybe we do this. We do a full chunk. It's gonna look a little weird, but I believe it's 16 blocks. A large chunk, is that 16? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It is 16. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You believe it is 16 blocks? I think so. Maybe it's not. There we go. Go. Sometimes I know what I'm doing, sometimes I don't. I think this is definitely the chunk border here. Yeah, it's definitely chunk border right there. Okay. So we'll do just an entire chunk here. I'm curious how long this is gonna take. Beautiful, thank you. Should I have known that? Yes. Did I know that? No. Yeah, we'll include this a little bit here as well then. Just because I forget how many chunks wide I made this perimeter, but I also dug out like 1 block beyond just so I can put like a 1 deep wall here if I want to, without having to dig anymore. I think it's here. There we go. I forget some things too. It's one of those things where it's like, I'm pretty sure it is that amount, but I don't actually like need to know how big a chunk is, technically. At least I don't have to memorize it, because I don't need that information very much, so. It's one of those things where I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is it, but, you know, I could be wrong. I didn't realize how big a chunk is. Well, I forgot how big a chunk actually looks, because I have dug out chunks before. Though I don't know if I've really done it chunk by chunk like this. Or try to do it chunk by chunk. I'm not saying I'm actually going to do this chunk by chunk, but we'll see. They do a lot of things chunk based. I remember watching a number of videos years ago. It was how Pixel Rips, I think, really started to blow up on YouTube, was like chunk based builds. One chunk, you know, build basically. The last time I probably did chunk by chunk stuff would have been, need to go one further, I think. Just do that, I think. Right. Yeah, we're just gonna do that. Square it off. Usually not necessary, but it's helpful a few times. Yeah, I think the last time I didn't, just to finish my thought, would have been last time I built a slime farm, I think. So what I really would have cared about chunk by chunk. I have still needed to care about like where chunks are at, but because slime farms, I mean, if you make a slime farm underground using slime chunks, then you have to know the chunks, and you don't have to go chunk by chunk, but you do need to like chunk it out a little bit. So we have lava underneath of us. Cool, that's awesome. I'm so excited about that. Don't you love it when you have hidden lava? It's great, isn't it? It's wonderful. Just so that I don't accidentally fall into that lava specifically. Are you serious? You're horrible, Enderman. Look what you just did to my chunk here. Unbelievable. Can you believe some Enderman stole my sand block? You have been murderized for that, I'll tell you that. Some pockets are just fire. There's all kinds of things lurking in the nether. This stuff in because I don't want to have to deal with it, but I also don't want mobs to spawn right here, so there you go. Do I have to slab all this? No. Does it make me feel better to slab it? Yes, for sure. Just do that. I just got so tired of flying up here and having a giant magma cube in my face. No thank you. Get away from me. Of course, I just placed an ender chest in front of an ender chest, so, you know, that's how my week's going. Sometimes. some degree my eyes are starting to hurt me as well. Now I spend 8, 9, 10 hours in a day in front of a screen, and then all I want to do is get onto another screen and then get onto a smaller screen. Unfortunately. Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know. From computer to phone. The battle of the screens. All of them want my attention all the time. Goodbye. Very nice. More lava? Yes, no, maybe so, I don't know. It's a good one. It took me a minute. I guess technically so. It would be delighted. Well, at least the area would be delighted. I don't know if well, I guess that specific spot would be. Maybe not the lava. If it was sentient. I guess we can't really talk about lava being sentient. We are no longer on the playlist. This isn't a bad song to have. That was a very old Monstercat song, Flight by Tristan and Bracken. It was like every kid's intro song in like 2013. With the nice spinny logos, or spinny intros. I don't think I ever had an intro with Flight in it though. I remember that being his kind of claim to fame. I did have somewhat of a spinny intro at one point. Well, I actually had a few. I don't know anything about that skibbity type of thing. I mean, this would have been before. I mean, this was Gen Alpha even born at that point? Probably not. Which is weird to think about because technically Gen Alpha is coming to an, well, I say coming to an end. It's coming to a point where Gen Beta is starting to enter the world. So that's totally fair. Yeah, that's totally fair. Now there was a trend on certain parts of Minecraft YouTube a long time ago, where YouTube intros where I guess it was more than just Minecraft, but it was just generally YouTube intros always had like some fun 5-6 second intro, sometimes more, sometimes 10-15 second. In the Minecraft space, it was always the like animations, I guess. It's basically like Minecraft animations for intros. So I think I used like a stock one for my first few videos. First 20 or so videos, maybe. I can't remember if I got... At some point I got rid of it entirely. When I did PvP content, I commissioned someone to make me like a actual like real Minecraft PvP YouTuber intro. It was like 30 bucks or something. I remember 20, 30 bucks. It was good, just I got rid of it pretty quickly. It was not my speed, and then sometime 2015 is when I got my current YouTube intro, which is just a very simple, like, it is a spinny intro, quote unquote, but it's not like the ones where you have like electronic music blasting. So, and I still use it to this day. I forget how much I even paid for it. Maybe 15, 20 bucks. It was a very simple like 2D animation intro. That's what I still use now. I mean, not having an intro is kind of like, if I did, I wouldn't have to make it myself. Yeah, I mean, not having an intro has become the norm because, like, at that time on YouTube, you know, people weren't really thinking about the you have to capture people in the first 5 or 10 seconds or something. So people just had the first 5 or 10 seconds being an intro. You know, back when people actually like said something, had like a repeatable intro, even if they didn't have something visual, they had something auditory, they said a certain set of words. And now the trend is very much like get right into like pulling people in as soon as the video starts. So it's not been trendy for a while. First few seconds to know your audience and hope they don't leave from the booming loud noise before going whisper quiet. Yes, there you go. That was the I mean, that's kind of what the old intros used to be. Very loud music, and then you'd have like some really like quiet, hey guys, welcome kind of intro. Oh, go away, Enderman. You're not helping me. You go away too. Kind of rude, not gonna lie. Oh, you're mad at me. Stop being mad. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I don't even know if that's still a thing. Like, I cannot tell you the last time I heard don't forget to like and subscribe or something in that vein in a YouTube video. Maybe it's just the content I watch. Like, people just aren't. It's like the content I watch, anyways. It feels very much like jam-packed, like 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes of the content. So, hey, Frost Felix, how's it going? Welcome in. Hopefully you're doing well. It's over here. I still hear it in some places. Yeah, I mean, there's certain, like, I'm sure big channels that still work it into their videos, but I think I've done it at, like, the way I've always done it is I do it at the very end of the video, like, literally in the last, like, 10 seconds, which is not how you were, like, anyone was ever trained to do it. It's just what felt natural to me. Kind of similar for how streams at the very end will say, hey, here's my links, kind of thing. I'm fine. What about you? Doing good. Doing pretty good. Glad you're doing fine. It's better than not fine. Yeah, a lot of the content I watch now it's not like it's not like Mr. Beast level like attract you in the very first like 15 seconds, but it is very much like get into the action kind of immediately. And number of them, I mean, I watch too many clips now, which is part of it, but not necessarily YouTube Shorts, though I do watch some of those, or Instagram Reels or things like that, but like even just shorter form YouTube content. Or instead of having an intro, someone will just kind of like start with whatever it is that they're doing. The intro is just them saying something. It's not really a generic like something that they say at the very start of every video kind of thing. Like I said, that's probably just becoming more of the trend, because I'd say the meat of the video is not only the recommendation to have, but in terms of like what the focus of the video is, but just I think with higher quality content you get more of that. So and also it depends on the type of content. Like I don't really watch as much Minecraft anymore, and I think like more Let's Play style content, it made more sense to have like a repeatable intro, but there's a lot less of that now. Not that it doesn't exist, there's just less of it. So where am I from? The United States. It is currently 8:32 p.m. for me. Should have said bedtime instead. Almost my bedtime. Spent so many years as a kid not wanting a bedtime, and then you become an adult and you realize a bedtime is actually very beneficial. Do I want a bedtime? No. Should I have a bedtime? Absolutely. From Germany, 2:32 a.m. Wow. That's much later for you. That would be past my bedtime. I do stay up occasionally to like 1 or 2 a.m., but it's generally a weekend or sometime where I don't need to be up at like a reasonable hour the next day. Oh, I totally get that. Yeah, I mean, there have been a number of times where it's been like, hey, I really should go to bed, but I'm really enjoying what I'm doing right now. Excuse me. Couldn't speak there for a second. I've definitely been there. Or a lot of times for me, it's that I end up not going to bed late, but I end up going to bed a little bit later than I want to. And like even last night, I went to bed probably at like 11:30 midnight, something like that. Just because I was having fun doing what I was doing. So I stayed up like probably like a half an hour longer than I originally intended to. And don't get me wrong, like I could still stay up till 2 or 3 a.m. I was never somebody who ever generally did that, but just I like my sleep a lot, probably too much. Generally, the bar is 8 hours of sleep a night. I mean, if I can get 9 or 10 or 11, I'll take it. You know, it's not like super often now, but anytime I am able to take that, I do. This is weird, not having this space over here anymore. Ads might be starting soon, by the way. FYI. If you're not a sub, be warned. Not a sub or not Twitch Turbo? If that even still exists? I assume it does. Maybe it has a different name. Who knows? Not me, obviously. Love me like that, love me like that. Death to you, magma cubes. Death to you. Thank you for your service. Alright. Yep, ad break is in progress. Whoop! That's not good. I don't like that. That's not fun. What is that? Aha. Beautiful. Really? I figured as much. Man, all these lava pockets. Oh my gosh. And hey, at least the place is lit up now. We can see a little better. Go. Of course I have to cover them. Don't want to fall in the lava. Ad break has ended. Welcome back. Anyone who had ads, I hope hopefully you had decent ads. Something not terrible. So we are working on a perimeter in the Nether for my Wither Skeleton farm. The goal here is to clear out by hand all of the blocks within that perimeter. Not using a flying machine. I could, don't want to, essentially. So it's a process that's taking a little bit of time. But slowly but surely, we're getting there. So if I had before and after pictures, it probably would have been a smart idea. But all this area here, there used to be another fortress here, and there used to be all kinds. You can see kind of where I've been digging a little bit over here. Over here, huge areas that I've dug out. All of this area used to have a lot more blocks. We have slowly but surely dug all of them. Bunch of floating islands and all kinds of weird nether stuff. So, see some areas over here where I kind of dug some things out as well. Over here as well, and anywhere there were slabs here as well used to be some kind of land mass that we dug all the way down. So, I think I looked at the Enderman. Potentially. I'm gonna fly away. Because I'm scared. Not that scared though. Just a little bit. Whoop. So, we're slowly but surely digging all this area out. I've slabbed a lot of it. But the end goal for this is, and I don't know how long it's going to take. When I started this last year, I started a couple years ago, but I started doing a lot of the digging, majority of the digging last year, towards the end of last year. And when I did that, one of the things I said is, hey, it's going to take a lot of time. One, so it may not be done for 5 years. Don't know. We'll see. But the end goal being that with the perimeter, we're going to make a little like perimeter build. You ever seen some other like hardcore streamers? The one that's coming to mind currently is like Philza. You know, he did I think it was a Nether Void project. I don't know if I'll do anything quite like that, but I do still want to have a big area that we then build up some walls and make it look kind of cool. So it's gonna take a long time, just with the rate at which I'm playing this game and how much time I'm spending. It's gonna take a few years. We won't always be working on this project. No, even towards the beginning of this year, I believe, I took some time away from this and built the Hilltop Castle on my spawn mountain in the overworld. So actually I can go show. Pick the grind. I built all kinds of farms, but never a wither farm for obvious reasons. Yeah, this is the first time where I've really like, well, this isn't the first time I built a wither skeleton farm, but it's the first time I've actually like put a lot of effort into one. I've built like easy manual ones before, just like a bunch of spawnable space, and I think I built one many years ago that was essentially just a bunch of 3 high spaces, and it was a specific design that wasn't very efficient. So, but I think it's something that like Tango, I think, used, like I said, a long time ago. Like we're talking probably a decade ago. Different world, whole different purpose. Back when I was really quite bad at the game. But I'm not great, but you know, I'm not bad at the game per se anymore. So, spawn area, big nether portal, mini castle, or I guess keep. Keep? Not a keep. This is the castle wall. What am I talking about? So we built the wall. I built this fountain on Sunday. I've had it designed in a creative world for a while. Just took me till Sunday to actually build it. So I got all kinds of plans for projects and different things in this world, but all in due time. I've spent a lot of my time in this. This is my spawn area, if you've never seen it before. Oshimime project is over there. And then this is my farming village. So I've got a lot of my starter farms, big crop fields, farming town. Bunch of stuff. I feel like I just built this stuff yesterday, but I know like a majority of these houses have been here for at least, not majority, but if like a decent number of them have been here for at least 5 years now. Just kind of weird to say, but it's true. Because this world is over. How old is this world? Apparently it's raining now too. This world is over 5 years old. 5 years and 3 months. Which is wild to say, but. I think the first year I did a lot of stuff, and then like the subsequent next 4 years I've done a lot less, for a lot of reasons. One of which I don't play as much of this game anymore. I only stream a couple times a week. And then I was also during that time on a server called Afterlife, content creator server, where I spent a lot of my time. So this world kind of took a backseat to that for a few years. But back into it. I've always described myself as much more of a single player for a lot of reasons, but even on servers, I'm like that person who runs away like 500 blocks, and I mean, I think in season 3 of Afterlife it was literally like thousands of blocks I ran away from spawn and built my own base. So I don't know if you guys can hear it through the microphone, but it is really raining outside. Really raining. Currently on day 363, never came this far in hardcore. Fair. I mean, yeah, it takes, I think I'm at 3,500 at least. We're at 3,530 days. And it's taken about 800-ish hours to get here of in-game time. Actually, we can actually check that. 33.5 days exactly. Let's go. We're at 804 hours. Very nice. Left you behind. I had 2 worlds where I had full netherite, elytras and stuff. Both times I died AFK. Oof. Yeah, that's why I'm always super careful about being AFK in these worlds. I also don't AFK generally in this world, which helps. But I try not to, I will say. Maybe step away for like 2 seconds and yeah, there's some of that, but beyond that, I try not to. Yeah, I mean, if you ever actually go AFK, if you don't need something running in the background, if it's a single player world, just pause it. Hit the escape, pauses. At least on Java, I don't know what edition you're playing, but at least Java pauses the game. You can also do that. You can pause the game and still have the screen like this. That's F3 and escape. Learned that trick many, many years ago. I think it was like 2018. Because Atlas used to do it all the time. I was always like, how do you do that? Oh my gosh. What is happening? Is it like Gale Force wins? What is happening? Ooh. Ooh. I feel like my room literally shook. That's wild. I don't worry too much about playing hardcore. I consider it inevitable that I'll mess up and lose it, so I just try to decorate and enjoy it as much as possible. That's fair. Everyone plays differently as well, so I totally get that. I mean, I spent a number of years, basically from when I started playing up until like mid 2020, exclusively playing regular like vanilla worlds. Just because that was my vibe. That's what I wanted to do. I was kind of similar in the aspect that kind of felt like hardcore was like not really worth it at that time. A lot of the reason I started on hardcore was because I saw some of the hardcore worlds that were going viral at that time, and I was like, that seems pretty cool. I want to try that. So that's why I ended up playing hardcore. at the time, I also had a regular single player vanilla world that I spent some time on. It was Amplified World. I've played Amplified Worlds forever now. And I wanted to play Amplified, but I wanted to play Hardcore. Had to figure out what I was going to do. I had to kind of basically decide, was I going to have two worlds? Was I going to pick one, or was I going to combine them? So I ended up combining them. Not combining the worlds, but I started a new world with both Hardcore and the Hardcore game mode and the Amplified terrain gen. And I honestly am very happy that this is what I chose to do. So, to each their own, of course, but I'm happy with my decision, so. I stopped at first death, I forgot to pause or something, and I second, pause or something. Piglin glitched in my killing area to my gold farm and killed me. Ooh. Yeah, glitches are no fun. When they're bad for you. Just when I reached a point where hardcore seemed like a reasonable possibility, they had already... They had added drowned, phantoms, pillagers. Yeah. Fork flingers. That's a good name. And Sky Teams. You know, I used to not be a big fan of phantoms. What I will say about phantoms now is I barely notice them. And a lot of it's because I always like have a propensity when I'm playing the game to sleep. I always have a bed on me or a bed somewhere. And so I sleep a lot, so I like rarely see them. But even when I do see them, like, for me now, they're just kind of annoying, but they're not anything that takes away from the game anymore. So... that's all I have to say about phantoms. So I've never had a big issue with them. Exactly, make sure to get a bed early and keep available. The phantoms generally aren't a big deal, yeah. It can be a bit annoying for people who want to, you know, not sleep. But if you sleep through the night often enough, you just have to kind of think about it. Beyond that, hasn't been a big deal anymore. But the random roaming pillager, oh yeah, not being able to enjoy a calm night on the water because of fork flingers. Yeah, the pillager raids are one that are just annoying for me, especially when I'm in an area. I feel like this changed recently. Maybe it didn't, but it used to be at least that if you killed the lead pillager with the banner, you'd get the effect that starts raids. And especially being in the area that I'm normally in the overworld, there's like technically because I have an iron farm and I have a villager trading hall. It's technically a village. Well, with the iron farm especially, it's technically a village in my kind of my spawnish area. So I was always afraid of like getting that effect and then starting a raid. I had heard horror stories before. Sats and mine blocks. Yeah, those are the top. Funny how we've been in the Nether as long as we have, and basalt is not my number one. A lot of that stone is from, a little bit of it is from my witch farm primitive project that I occasionally work on. Most of it, I think, is from a quarry build that I have in the farming village. But 46,000 nether bricks, pretty cool. That's when I tore down the fortress. Of course, basalt and netherrack being up here, obviously. I mean, if you were to combine those, you know, that's more than the stone. And that's about 500,000. So, done all kinds of small ones. Mine 4,000 moss. Let's go. I've mined 2,674 blocks of iron. Really? Probably from breaking and placing beacons all the time. Oh man. Yeah, I'm waiting for the day that I get to 1 million in one of these stats. I've broken 40 shears. Good on me. Spruce planks being #1 crafted doesn't surprise me. I've used it a lot for like making a lot of chests. I use spruce wood generally because the type of wood doesn't matter. So, historically. Times used, another at pickaxe. What is that number? 5? Or is it? No, what? Is it two numbers? Do they overlap? I think that's a 5. Makes it like a 1. There might be a 1 in there for like what's the actual times crafted. Maybe? Maybe that's a 1 and this is a 5? That's funny. I've never seen that before. Wonder if that's a sodium bug. Gonna guess that that's a 1. Cause that would make sense based off the number of blocks that I've mined. Picked up 335,000 basalt. Wow. Look at me. I've dropped 714 stone swords. That's all the stone swords that I've been dropping in the lava at the Wither Skeleton farm. It's a lot of bows though. That's wild. Almost 24,000 Endermen killed though. Love it. Love to see it. 13,000 magma cubes. Oh my. Almost 7,000 wither skeletons. I'll take that. Let's go. So yeah, some pretty cool stats. I usually check those whenever I do a world tour, which, now I think about it, I haven't recorded the world tour for 3,500 days yet, but it's fine. It's fine. I usually post a world tour on my YouTube channel every 500 or so days. In-game days. Not real life days. $109,000. Okay, I have 109,000 piglins killed due to my gold farm. Nice. can reach 400 levels. You know, that's a comment I've actually gotten before. Sometimes I get the comment of, why is it that I have so few levels? I only have 90. For all of the repairing I've done and all the time I've spent at XP farms. It's generally because I have mending. You know, I don't generally get levels. It's not for a specific purpose. Beep boop. Beep boop boop beep. Levels are the side effect, main things go for beacons. Makes sense. It's kind of cool, never had 400 levels. Yeah, I haven't had 400 levels in a long time. Maybe I've never had 400 levels, but I've never had anything in the hundreds. Well, I haven't had anything in the hundreds in a while. Mainly because I don't AFK in the world. So I never like AFK at a farm. Big ol' thunder boom. Boom boom goes the thunder. It's storming here. Pretty bad thunderstorm actually, looking at the radar. All kinds of yellow and purple and, well, purple? Pink? I don't know. Whoop. No longer for me, lurk and relax. Alrighty, appreciate the lurk. Appreciate you being here. Have a good lurk. Long day is totally fair. I feel that. Got an ad break in about 2 minutes, by the way, folks. Those of you who may not be subs or don't have ad block or anything like that. I like to give some level of awareness, and I generally try when I see the pop-up thing in chat, because I have those enabled for myself and for any moderators. I try not to do anything groundbreaking during the minute and a half of ads that play, but obviously no promises, but I certainly try not to. Also, don't AFK after the last death. I use AutoClicker for the farm, but I'm always watching. That's fair. Yeah, after the last death makes perfect sense. It's like, I don't want to risk that. It's not worth it. Would be what I would say, personally. The main reason I don't AFK is because of the day count. You know, it's something that I actually track how many days, in-game days in the world. I mean, you see the thing above the stream, right? So to the top of the stream, like I actually show it as well. And I feel like it's not truly indicative of that number can't be truly representative of the amount of effort put into the world if I AFK, you know, so. I keep it as minimal as I can. I think I've AFK'd once or twice for like 20 minutes each time, but outside of that, I try not to. Alrighty, have fun. Ads should be about to start. Go. Give me that, thank you. Bedrock flossing, gotta love it. Did a ton of this for my farm was that? The Ocean Monument build. Little bit of the bedrock flossing. I believe I actually made it down here. That's crazy. Rid of that, I think. Yeah. Let's not jump down there. Thank you. I can help it. Hello, friend. Welcome back from the ads. Hopefully you had a good ad break. For those who don't know, the reason I do that is because I disable pre-rolls for the stream. Something we turned on a few months ago, I think. I used to always do pre-rolls, which are fine. Done them for a long time, but it enables us to, anytime anyone new comes into the stream, or if you aren't new but aren't a subscriber, anytime you come into the stream, you're not bombarded with an ad at the start. You just get straight into the action. So that is the price that is paid. I'm sure there's different philosophies and there's different opinions on how to do ads. You know, at the end of the day, though, this is a platform that, for the most part, you know, does advertisement as part of its business model. So we have advertisements either way. It's just a matter of how they are presented. I feel like that was pretty easy. The one chunk dig. So see how this looks. I haven't actually taken a look from up here yet. This is one chunk Well, a little more than a chunk, but basically a chunk dug out. This is what it should look like all the way across, and all the way across that way too. Once we are done, we'll be to that level. I'm excited personally. I think it's going to be phenomenal. What I might actually do is do the next one, or start on the next one anyways. Go. Ooh. Where did you come from? You just jumped off at me. That's not nice. Let's knock me to the hole. We would have survived the hole. It's not a steep drop, but still. Cut off here. Okay. F3G. Cut off here will be here. I'm just doing it. Just starting to dig out the area chunk by chunk for the perimeter. So, figured I would try doing it chunk by chunk, and I'm actually quite enjoying doing it chunk by chunk after that first one. So, try it again. A lot of sand. There's one deep here. All this area into here. Voila. Actually, that's fine. No, I want to do the whole thing, like bedrock to bedrock, entire perimeter. Because I don't actually know what I want to do as a build at the end of the day. So I want to have one, as much room possible. Two, if I want to do like a fog effect, like I want to just like do a glass layer, I want to have the option to do that. So yeah, it's a big project, needless to say. There. It is a pretty large undertaking. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's it is probably not worth the effort. If I'm being honest. This is purely a I want to do this kind of thing. You know, a lot of the builds I've historically done have been builds that are like my brainchild, I guess, or just like my brain conjures up like this is what I want this thing to look like, or how I want this build to go, and then I just do it, even when it doesn't, you know, even when it's not the efficient way, or even when it's not like the way that other people would do it. My brain says that sounds cool, I want to do that. So yeah, it's spirit of a Minecraft world also, probably in general, right? Play how you want to play. The debate, especially with hardcore, always comes down to just thinking about play how you want to play. You know, there are different philosophies on one thing in particular, totems. Totems have always been a very heated debate, we'll say. Actually, I don't want to fly away just yet. They've always been kind of a, I won't say heated, a spirited debate over whether or not they are cheating. And you know, everyone has their own, I'd say, philosophy and opinion on it. But I think the best spirit of that debate is harnessing play how you want to play. You know, if you want to use totems, go for it. If you don't want to use totems, go for it. To me, if it's an actual part of the game, like it's a game mode, it's a item you can get, it's not, I personally would not consider it to be cheating. But I've definitely heard of people who, you know, don't like totems for one reason or another, and I get it. I personally do not use totems in this world. I never have and probably never will. The only time where I will probably, if I use a totem, which there's a chance I will, it will be to get the advancement and for no other reason. That's just my personal philosophy. That's just how I go about things. You know, I have had plenty of content creator friends over the years who've used totems. Plenty of, actually, the single biggest hardcore world in history. Well, I think it's probably in history now. I mean, it's not like it's in technically the record books as far as I'm aware, but as far as I'm aware of, it is the biggest in history, and that's Lynxie's world. Pretty sure he's used totems a couple of times. So I just generally don't. I don't think it's cheating, while at the same time not wanting it to be something that I use. So, in the spirit of the game, right? Like, you know. That is a lot of lava. Oh my gosh. Here we go. And goes all the way down the bedrock. I am in-game year, currently building my storage, soon starting the trading hall. Don't have a farming district yet because I mined up 20,000 quartz ore, and I have about 20,000 to go. Let me say 20 quartz ore, 2,000 quartz ore, and 20,000 to go, something like that. So some it's inefficient, to me it's my gameplay. Yeah, I mean, it can be inefficient and also be your gameplay. 20,000, gotcha, okay. However you want to play the game. And I especially say that for single player worlds, because everyone gets, not everyone, but some people, you know, will get up in arms about how they play the game. And it's like, well, at the end of the day, you know, if it's not a server, if you're not going against a certain set of rules that are have been put in place to be followed. And I don't know, like I don't think it's I really at that point do not think it's cheating. Play how you want to play. It's my favorite philosophy for this game. Single player, no one else is there to define the rules. You define the rules. Now, if you define rules and then you violate those rules, you know, maybe it is cheating, but it's only because you violated your own rules and for no other reason. Like we've talked about on stream before, I think people going into creative for things. It's like, I mean, if it's your single player world, if you want to go into creative, sure. I mean, it's, if you're going into creative, but then saying that you're 100% survival, you know, I don't know if it's necessarily cheating, but it might be a little bit dishonest. So. But yeah, everyone plays differently. If you want to do things a certain way, because that's how you want to do it, then do it that way, you know? Perfect example of that is this whole perimeter build that I'm doing. You know, most people will look at me and say, hello, why would you do it that way? Thank you for the follow, Frost Felix. I really appreciate that. Very much do appreciate that. So. Yep. Oh, no worries. You don't have to follow. I appreciate it though. You know, it's probably not in my best interest to say you don't have to follow. But, you know, do what you want to do. So, I appreciate it. I don't know. I've gotten to a point with content where I don't worry. Like, you know, one of the things in content historically is, you know, how many subscribers, how many followers, you know, pushing the growth mentality, and I to some degree understand that and appreciate that. But I've been doing this now for 11 and a half years. The only reason I do what I do, and the only reason I'm still here is because I enjoy what I do, so. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. The grind is real. Afraid of doing 2 levels just because I don't want to like reveal some lava that's lurking beneath the surface and accidentally fall into it. So I'm kind of doing 1 level at a time right now. There we go. Thank you. You stole my sand. Thank you. No, don't be mad at me. You're the one who stole my sand. Always hate when I laugh like that, because I had an old boss who used to laugh like that. It reminds me of that. I'm like, no, I don't want to think about that. Not that that boss was particularly bad or anything. It's just I want to play the game. I don't want to think about that. I use a mixture. So I have some blast protection. I normally have 2 pieces of blast protection and 2 pieces of regular protection. And if I'm in the nether, sometimes I'll put on my golden helmet, which has fire prot on it. I haven't been for a while. Should I? Should I not? I don't know, but I haven't been. The story behind the 2 pieces of blast protection is this is my second hardcore world. Well, technically it's my 3rd hardcore world ever, but it's the second one in this, like, in a particular series. I did like kind of like a test hardcore world back in 2020 before I started a certain series. It's the second amplified hardcore world that I've ever had. The first one lasted 800 days, and I died to a creeper. And there was some analysis that some people in the community did, or one person, I'm trying to think. It might have been, I think it was Geeky did it. I could be misremembering now. I thought it was. Basically saying that if I had had 2 pieces of blast protection armor instead of 1, I would have survived the creeper explosion. So ever since I've used 2 pieces of blast protection basically at all times, because my number 1 priority is to not die to a creeper ever again. So yeah, there's actually a clip on my channel. I don't know if you're able to go back in the clip section. I don't know if you're ever curious, but it was in early 2021. It's got about 500-ish views now on Twitch. I hadn't paused the game, but I had stopped walking to talk to chat, and then a creeper dropped down during that time and blew up before I had any time to react. So it's caught live though, which is nice. But then I took that as an opportunity then to start a new world, and you know, we've more than quadrupled the length of time spent in this world versus that world, so I'll do this one 2x2, why not? Have I overcome my fear? Not really. But it's fine. There's been a couple of clips in the last 5 or 6 months that have been particularly interesting on Twitch. There was one clip where I was working up there somewhere, and a gas spawned right next to me, and basically blew me off the whatever platform I was standing on. So and that original hardcore world, the one where I died after 800 days, there's actually a clip somewhere where I fell off of a cliff and amplified and actually water bucket saved myself, which was quite the experience, I will say. Surprised that I survived that, but it was pretty cool. Big fan of that save. Best reaction time I've probably ever had in a game. Ever. It's pretty good. It's a little shaky afterwards, but I've had a number of somewhat close calls in worlds. Just kind of the nature of playing the game. No matter how careful you play it, you know, you're bound to run into an issue one day. Most of my early game hardcore deaths were caused by creepers or baby zombies. Baby zombies are the worst, especially in, you know, caves and whatnot. There's only so many places you can go. Creepers especially if creepers drop on you, they are the worst. For sure. Which of course is what happened to me. That's where you find me. Alright, well, we're gonna head into the middle here, but it's been 2 hours, and that's generally how long I stream, and especially on Wednesday nights. I have work tomorrow, so even though I work from home, I still gotta get up at a decent time, so I am gonna wrap up the stream here. It's been a good one. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate everyone being here. And I appreciate y'all hanging out. Whether you've chatted, whether you've lurked, whether you've just generally hung out. Always appreciate it. For those who are new around here, I go live Sundays and Wednesdays. Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sundays, I go live roughly, well, I say roughly, it is exactly at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays. So those are 2 days I generally stream. Occasionally you'll see a random stream here or there, but it is generally one of those 2 days that I'm streaming. Best place to get notified, I'll post some links down in chat. Best place to get notified is Discord. Welcome to join the Discord. If I ever cancel a stream, or I've been doing less and less of that, but if I do ever cancel a stream, that's generally the best place to be. That's where I'll notify, and I'll cancel it on the schedule on Twitch as well. So thanks for being here. I appreciate it, and I will see many of you on Sunday. If not Sunday, I'll see you Wednesday. So see you Sunday. I think maybe I will be streaming this Sunday. I don't think I'll be streaming next Sunday, but I should be streaming this Sunday. So, yep. As always, those updates are in Discord. Yep. Have a great night. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Bye.